Hi YouTube friends, how are you? I hope you're having an amazing day. This video is what are the benefits of meditation. And I gotta tell you, I went pretty deep into different avenues of study of phenomenons of different energy cultivation systems all around the world to find the common denominator of what these so-called healers are doing, what these psychics and the people that develop abilities to remote view and clairvoyance, what is that common denominator to be able to get into these higher levels of intelligence. And it's been one of my aspirations to be able to have a quantum leap in consciousness through my own intention and practice and so forth. And I've had the desire and that burning desire to learn these things because I feel that it will improve the quality of my life, and I'm willing to put in the time and the practice. And so one of the things that I've done to go through so much material is to create my own audiobooks, because you cannot find 95% of these books on Audible or on YouTube. You can only find a lot of these only in books that are Kindle or physical books. So I figured out a way to be able to go through the material faster, and I do have some videos on that if you look back on my videos, and on how to actually create those audiobooks yourself. And after going through about 120 books this year, these last 12 months of content, and these books I continuously play all day and also at night, and to be able to just download that into my subconscious mind, and just to be able to understand, what is that common denominator, what is it that they do for people to be able to achieve these things, right? And so that's been a huge fascination of mine, because I just know that my life will drastically improve by being able to do some of these things. And so one of the benefits are, when you're able to do these things, is that you're actually able to operate at a higher frequency, at a higher cognitive function, at a higher level of intelligence, actually. And that can be measured in the brain waves, where you actually go into the types of waves that are more like gamma and theta. And these types of waves typically are the waves you see when you have occurrences of healing. And so it's quite profound to get into some of these type of benefits, because it's not just about relaxing and relieving stress. That's what most people think. That's what I used to think myself. I thought that meditating was to relieve stress, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, I'm not really stressed out, so I guess I don't really need to do it. That was my first thought. Little did I know, really, how deep this rabbit hole went. I would say that this is one of the most deepest common denominators that you will find in just about every human being that has had extraordinary levels of achievement that are deemed not even doable by conventional science. Is meditation. And I believe that Jesus fell into that category as well. And I believe that being able to be very aware, be very cognitive in your thoughts, be very conscientious about what you're thinking about, and being able to have certain intentions that are very concentrated in nature of what you're trying to achieve, what you're trying to accomplish, is a very powerful tool. Now, when you get into how to meditate, that'll be a different video, but these are more of the benefits. But as far as the benefits, I feel like this video is not really doing justice to you as far as the underlying benefits. But imagine being able to be Tim Rufat, who wrote a book on remote viewing, says you're you're likely to be 4 times more psychic and 1,000 times more immune to any types of diseases. And that really escalates the quality of your life. Now, some people say, oh, you know what, I just don't have the time to meditate. I have too many things going on in my life and I can't do it. Well, my answer to you is, if you don't have the time to meditate, maybe you really need to meditate. Because if you don't have the time that you want in your life, maybe there's too many things that you're trying to do, and depending on where you are as in your emotional state, you might be kind of a little impulsive, and you cannot easily quiet the mind. And that is the art. The art is to be actually able to quiet the mind and then learn to be able to direct a very specific intention on something and magnify it. And when you learn to do that, then you learn to manifest a lot more efficiently. And so there's a lot of inefficiency because there's a lot of noise that's coming through. And so because of all the noise, people are not able to think clearly. And when you're able to think clearly and you're able to be more creative in your methods of operating, you may just have your business take on a whole new leap in it. You may be able to get a promotion. You may be able to attract the person you want in your life and people you want in your life, where you have a more loving peer group and acceptance and intelligent, and all these things are to come about. So it really is a very, very essential thing, I think, to integrate into your everyday lives, because I found again that the most intelligent people in the world that achieve the most things, that is the common denominator. And you would think like, okay, well, what's really happening? And what really happens is that you can get into different waves of existence, in a way, like different planes of existence. So we are very limited as far as what we can see with our physical eyes, where we are only actually able to see about 9%, about 10% of reality. 90% of reality we don't see with our eyes, because it's all in the form of energy. Like, if some people say, oh, well, if I don't see it and I can't hold it, I don't believe it. I don't think it's there, right? And so if you look at how radio waves work, you can't see them with your eyes, but you can tune into that proper frequency station to be able to be a receiver for that signal. And so there's a lot of things you can access from the Akashic records, and that's another video in itself, that will give you the capacity to be able to tap into your highest self and to be able to unleash that potential, and to be able to harmonize your emotions, to be able to be clear in your intentions, to be clairvoyant and coherent in the way that you operate. And that right there, I think, is just an immense benefit, and it just so fundamentally comes with just being able to take control of your thoughts. And that sounds really difficult for a lot of people, believe it or not, but when you are actually able to do that, then you are living in a more conscious form. And there's just so many great things that you can, I believe, open up into this. And I've actually just began to really see the truth of the benefits of meditation, I would say, within the last almost 2 years, last year or so, year and a half. And that's really where I've dived deep into this subject to find out the real truth. And if it's true, I want the benefit. My intention as a human being is to be able to grow to the highest level of conscious attainment, to be able to have the highest quality of life that I can. So that's my intention. And at the same time, being able to share that with you, as far as what my personal experience is, how I've been able to decipher through a lot of this information faster and so forth, because I believe that in our society, with all the problems we have, the only way we can actually advance further as a human race is to rise the collective. if we have more people be able to get into that particular brainwave and that particular idea, I mean, we really will actually change the world, and it will be a completely different playing field. The old paradigm of control will literally just break down overnight, and those people inside of those mechanisms of control will start throwing in the flag and saying this is not right, because they'll start rising into different perspectives, and they'll start basically turning their backs on a lot of their own people within it. It's already happening. It's happening right now, and I believe it is going to happen, and it's not going to stop. But I believe that one of the root mechanisms that is going to actually change this is meditation. Now, interestingly enough, there's been situations in the past and events in the past where there's been a lot of war, and people get together and meditate, maybe 70,000 people, and then all of a sudden the war stops and crime stops and everything just dramatically stops by around 70% for time to come. And so that is quite profound when you look at it. And so when you look at what meditation actually does, I mean, it gives you the capacity to be able to affect things outside of you just with your concentrative meditative intention inside of you. And that's really part of the art. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out that video on how to meditate, and I will definitely look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day. God bless.